Welcome to our channel Forensic Genesis. Forensify your life with Forensic Genesis. In the previous video, we have discussed about the fingerprints. Now we'll move forward to the history of it. So the content that we are covering in this video is the history of fingerprints, the development of fingerprint bureau and its divisions, important pioneer in the field of fingerprints. So let's start with it. As we know that fingerprints forms different pattern and maintain an individual characteristic. So how does its study started and when have been the fingerprint noticed for the first time? As per the records, if we go back in time, the fingerprints were used on earthenware in northwest China. They have noticed the clear friction-rich impressions on those earthenware almost 6,000 years back. In 1000 BC China, the fingerprints were found on pottery as a mark and seal of the maker. In the Tang Dynasty China, fingerprints were used as seals. If we talk about the Sung period, the deeds were signed by the means of fingerprint. In the prehistoric era, cave wall etching found in Nova Scotia, Canada, showing a hand with rich patterns sketched on it. In the Egypt almost 3000 years back, the slabs of clay were found in King Tutankhamun's tomb in the Egypt. Again, in ancient China, thumbprints were found on the clay seals. There was a scientist who was Persian physician Rashid al-Din Hamadani. He had a collection called as Jami al-Tawarik. He has commented on the Chinese practice of the identifying people through fingerprints. If we talk about India, fingerprints along with palm prints, known as panja, were used for the identification. In India, fingerprints were embossed on clay tablets and seals during Indus Valley civilization. There was a scientist named Grew. In 1684, he stated that innumerable little ridges of equal size on the ends of the first joints of the fingers have mentioned. He also stated that there are sweat pores on the finger ridges, on the epidermal ridge, and there is a particular kind of arrangement on it. Those sweat pores he named as little fountains. After that, in 1685, Bidloo have written a book on human anatomy in which he incorporated some diagrams of friction ridges and the pore structure, but he somehow failed to mention that there is some kind of a role of the friction ridges in the individual identification or characterization. After that, Marcello Malfighi, he has referred about the function, form and structure of the friction skin as a touchable organ. He also mentioned about the spiral pattern or loop pattern which are present on the fingerprint, but he failed to refer the importance of those spiral and loops which were called as the fingerprint pattern and the role they have hold in it. Thomas Wick also used fingerprints in the form of stamp. In 1823, Purkinje classified the fingerprints into 9 principal configuration groups and he assigned name to each one of them, but he also never mentioned anything regarding the individuality of those wrist structure and their use in personal identification. He just mentioned the patterns. In 1858, William Herschel, he was the chief magistrate of Hooghly district, Jangipur, India. He was first person who used fingerprints on the native contracts of the friction ridges. He used to take the palm print, or we can say the handprints on the back of the contract paper as a proof. In 1880, Henry Fawes he examined the fingerprints in detail, all the things that have been present on the hands. He mentioned that fingerprints can be classified and there are rich details over there. He also mentioned that fingerprints are useful in medical legal study as the photographs of people may change but friction rich never changes. He also emphasizing apprehending criminals by locating fingerprints at the crime scene, and Henry Fawes is the father of fingerprint. In 1883, Coleman he was the first researcher who made a mention regarding formation of friction ridges in the embryos and the topographical physical stressor that may have been part of their growth. He identified the presence and location of polar pads on human hand and foot. So basically, this topographical physical stressor or the formation of friction ridges that has been occurred in the embryo has played an important role. These polar pads has an important significance while the development of the friction ridges. So we'll be starting this further in detail how this biological development of fingerprint has been taken place in our upcoming lectures. In 1887, Thomas Taylor made an effort to identify criminals, especially murderer, by comparing the marks of the hand left upon any object with impressions in wax taken from the hands of suspected person. Sir Francis Galton. He is an important pioneer if we talk about the development of fingerprint or anything, the establishment related to the fingerprint, as he published a book entitled Fingerprint in 1892. He included the first classification system for fingerprints, that is the Arch-Loop, and scientifically proved that fingerprints do not change over the course of an individual's lifetime and no two fingers are exactly the same. So he has given the principle of fingerprints as well. According to his calculations, the odds of two individual fingerprints being the same were 1 in 64 billion. So he has taken those classification system. He mentioned the patterns of the fingerprint and while calculating everything that what will be the possibility of the same kind of a pattern in someone's hands, he calculated all those things using the formula and found out that there will be a 1 in 64 billion chances of a person has the same fingerprint. He is also responsible for identifying the rich characteristics that is also known as minutiae for stabilizing the supremacy of fingerprints over Bertillon's anthropometric method of identification in 1901. He also established as the primary means of personal identification. June Vakitich, another important pioneer, set up his own equipment for taking criminal prints. In 1891, he independently worked out a fingerprint classification system and was filling criminals' fingerprints using his new system, which was practically used in solving the first ever murder case, the Rojas murders in 1892. By 1896, Argentina became the first country in the world to abolish anthropometry and file criminal records solely by fingerprint classification. Sir Edward Henry, another important pioneer in the field of fingerprint. In 1891, he added the left thumb impression to each anthropometric file card. So in 1894, he instructed that all the 10 fingers of each prisoner be printed and should be added to the anthropometric cards. So this work he has assigned to two Bengali officers, Khan Bahadur Azizul Haq and Rai Bahadur Hemchandra Bose. Eventually, they succeeded in setting up a classification system with 1024 pioneer positions and secondary breakdowns in each. So basically, these two scientists who are Indian, they have made a 10-digit classification system which now known as the Henry's classification system has played an important role as according to that classification, they classified the patterns in different scenario and how it can be similar in two person. What are the chances of being the two people have the same kind of a fingerprint? So they set up 1024 primary position on the basis of the fingerprint pattern. So in 1897, fingerprints were adopted as the official method for the identification of criminals in British India. After that, in December 1900, the Belper Committee recommended that the fingerprints of the criminals be taken and classified by the Indian system. These recommendations were implemented in 1901 and the Indian system eventually replaced anthropometry. Subsequently, system of Henry and Wicketich form the basis of most of the tentative classification system used at present, also called as Henry's classification. This kind of a slip has been used in the US Department of Justice at that time. Dr. Edmund Locard in 1912 also stabilized the science of horoscopy, that means the study of horse. After that, in 1962, Salil K. Chatterjee coined the term edgeoscopy, which used ridge edges in concert with other friction-rich formation to stabilize the individuality. He basically observed that there are different shapes on the friction-rich edges that tended to reappear frequently, and he named them. So he had that understanding of the relevance of those shapes, enhances comparison and improve the chances of stabilizing individuality. So let's move to the next topic, that is development of fingerprint bureau or the division. In 1901, Sir Edward Henry, an Inspector General of Police in Bengal, India, develops the first system of classifying fingerprints. This system of classifying fingerprints was first adopted as the official system in England and eventually spread throughout. In 1902, Paris police began keeping fingerprints of criminals on file. After a murder was committed, police found a fingerprint at the scene and compared it against their files. They were able to identify the killer because they have maintained those files and it was easy for them to find out the fingerprints. So it was a success in Paris in 1902. After that, in 1903, America begins using the fingerprints. And there was a case, William West, Will West case, at a federal prison in Leavenworth, Kansas, changed the way that people were classified and identified. So, when a man named Will West entered the Leavenworth prison inmates, his face was photographed and his Bertillon measurements were taken. So, this Bertillon measurement is basically the measurement of a person's body part and recording of these measurements on a card. So, this method of classifying and identifying people became known as the Bertillon system. So, upon completion of this process, it was noted that another inmate known as William West, who was already incarcerated at Leavenworth, had the same name, Bertillon measurements, and bore a striking resemblance to Will West. So, this incident called the reliability of Bertillon measurement into question. Like they both had the same measurement and almost same kind of a face, have some kind of a resemblance. So, how is it easy to identify or differentiate between them if they are just relying on the Bertillon measurement? So it was decided that a more positive means of identification was necessary. As the Bertillon system began to decline, the use of fingerprints in identifying and classifying individuals began to rise. So after 1903, many prison systems began to use fingerprint as the primary means of identification. In 1905, the US military adopts the use of fingerprint. Soon thereafter, people agencies begin to adopt the use of fingerprint. In 1908, there was the first official fingerprint card was developed. In 1911, fingerprints was first adopted by the US court as a reliable means of the identification. Thomas Jennings was the first person to be convicted of murder in the United States based on the fingerprint evidence. Jennings appealed his conviction to the Illinois Supreme Court on the basis of a questionable new scientific technique. The Illinois Supreme Court cited the historical research and use of fingerprint as a means of reliable identification in upholding the conviction and thus stabilizing the use of fingerprint as a reliable means of identification. On that basis, Jennings was executed in 1912. In 1917, the first palm print identification is made in Nevada. The bloody palm print found on a letter left at the scene of a stagecoach robbery and murder of its driver was identified to Ben Curl. After that, in 1924, the formation of ID division of FBI has begun. That means fingerprints were moved to the FBI territory, the Federal Bureau of Identification. So the FBI took over the cataloging of fingerprints in America. In 1980, there was the first computer database of fingerprints was developed, which came to be known as the Automated Fingerprints Identification System, FIS, or we can say AFIS. So in the present day, there are nearly almost 70 million cards or nearly 700 million individual fingerprints entered in that system. After that, in 1996, law enforcement groups saw that need to fingerprint children as a means of identifying kids who became lost or went missing. So Chris Migliaro founded Fingerprint America for this purpose and he started taking the fingerprints of children. In 1999, the FBI moves to electronic fingerprint completely. Through a long process, the FBI began transferring their fingerprints file to an electronic media or electronic system. Billions of criminal fingerprints are now stored across the globe. Apart from that, there are some other facts. So, in 1892, in Argentina at Buenos Aires, Inspector Eduardo Alvarez made the first criminal fingerprint identification. He was able to identify Francisca Rojas, a woman who murdered her two sons and cut her own throat in an attempt to place blame on another. We have discussed this case already. So in 1897, the first ever fingerprint bureau in the world was stabilized at Writers Building at Calcutta, now it is known as Kolkata. After that, in 1969, the first fingerprint scanner was invented. Let's move to the next topic, that is important pioneers in the field of fingerprint. As we have discussed the history already, so we have the idea who all are the important pioneers and like who all play the important role in the development of the fingerprints, or we can say the stabilizing the fact about the fingerprint, which plays an important role while we code the fingerprints as an important evidence. So these are the important pioneers. First one is Raman Quintilian, John Evangelist Perkinje, William Herschel, Dr. Henry Falls, Sir Francis Galton, Sir Edward Richard Henry. These are the references. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.